Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming for this course, which is about the observation and opportunity discovery methodologies, part of the requirements of MSc and PhD in inspiration economy. Today we're going to continue on talking about how we actually use the observations or the area of the observation to find the inspiration opportunities, and so that we find also the inspiration currency. So we focus here on first, we should know is that inspiration and seeing things from different perspectives is important. Inspiration is in the way we proactively discover things. Inspiration in the way we deal with the materials. Inspiration in optimizing the utilization of waiting resources. Inspiration in using untapped human potential. Inspiration in re-engineering inappropriate systems, and inspiration in enhancing opportunities from resources, for example, energy and water. So what we're talking about here is that our observation is supposed to be guided by such type of observations, which means is that we should focus on these type of, let's say, observation or points where our observation will focus on how we see things from different perspectives. We try to use the observation to proactively discover things, or in dealing with materials, or in optimizing and utilizing the waiting resources, which is underutilized resources, or in the untapped human potential, or in the whether the observation will help to re-engineer inappropriate systems, or even in enhancing the resources that is maybe under let's say optimized or underproduced, or in recycling material. It can be also sometime we should focus our observation on defecting customers and why we have defecting customers, or in the area of transportation, or in the way we are processing things. Or maybe our observation should focus on how we deal with inventory, or how we move things, or how we repair or maintain or reject things, or even in if we are overproducing or underproducing, or sometime the level of communication. So in order to bridge the way from having focused observation to opportunity, we need to first synthesize and create a pattern recognition, where the prefrontal cortex does its executive work, and then we can review the raw notes and actively look at connection themes and underlying causes. So first we see the collected observation, and then we start to see it and try to associate it with other underlying causes. The other thing is that there is specific observation that connected in a proper way to broader knowledge, it can generate actionable opportunities. Now, the requirements for focus observation are a blend of preparation, then a structured yet open-minded approach during the process, and a cognition effort. So the more we put cognition effort, we can synthesize things and findings, and we can bring meaningful insights from the observation. So it is a disciplined practice, not a passive glance. We can see that from focus observation, we can actually see new opportunities. So instead of focusing on GDP, which is capital-based economy, we can focus more on JBI, where the resources are underutilized, where again, and to see where is the resources, whether utilized or underutilized. Or we can see also whether the voluntary spirits and education need to be improved. Now, this means that inspiration labs can help us to shift from GDP, which is gross domestic product, to what is produced is what matters to genuine progress indicator instead of, again, gross domestic product. We go for genuine progress indicators where our observation will help us to measure what is required to create that production. This means that the process of identification of the blind spots in inspiration labs can help us to illustrate the importance of GBI where resources are underutilized or stoppages occurs. Because through GBI, our observation will focus on such stoppages, or it can enhance also the GDP with minimal GBI. And this is here again what we need to focus on so that we can improve both the voluntary spirit and the community education level and the resources that need to be utilized. Now, GBI in general can be enhanced when resources are based on voluntary work or the level of society learning is high, as in job creation, projects, or education. So GBI needs actually deep observation. The more we observe, the more we can identify the blind spots, the wasted resources, the underutilized human potential, and thus the social and the environmental costs that GDP ignores. So by observing these inefficiencies, inspiration economy can design systems that enhance the well-being, which is the high GBI, without necessarily consuming more resources or traditional GDP. Therefore, we can say that there is a formula for the socio-economic development effectiveness, and this formula actually help to convert observations into community advancement. This formula says that the socio-economic development is the sum, or what we call the overall effectiveness of the development initiative is the sum of the inspiration currency, okay, which is the total of from the exploited opportunities, okay, which again help us to overcome the resources consumed, which is the financial and material cost of the project, and which is again when integrated with genuine progress indicator, the GBI, the negative social environment cost incurred, like for example the pollution, community disruption, we can make it that the loss will be, the GBI loss will be zero. So the interpretation through sustainable development is maximized when the total value created from the opportunities is high, while the consumption of traditional resources and the negative impact on well-being, the GBI, will be kept very low. So this, of course, will increase the sum of the inspiration currency and will increase the socio-economic development while it embodies the shift from GDP to GBI. So again, GDP, where what is produced is what matters, is going to be changed to a genuine progress indicator, GBI, which measures what is required to create the production. And this will, of course, means that GBI, when the resources are utilized, will verse the GBI when the voluntary work and education will be rising also. I think we'll stop here and continue with you next session. Thank you very much.